This is the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards on this episode of the MQP, where we always dive deep into the stories behind the music today. We're joined by Boston's own melodic death metal powerhouse, Aversed, and the lead vocalist, Sarah Hartman. And following their 2021 full-length Impermanent album, they are back with a vengeance this year with a new record, Sarah's first with the band. It's called Erasure of Color. Representing here, representing the band. It came out in March. This is not just another album. It's a rebirth. It's a resilience in the face of loss. It's grief transmitted into raw energy and sound. And at the center of it all, the band's vocalist, Sarah, who stepped into some massive shoes and has since carved out her own commanding presence. And I can say, seeing them firsthand here in my home market of Asheville, North Carolina recently, it is a commanding presence. We're going to talk to Sarah on this episode about her journey into Aversed, some of the themes of the album Erasure of Color, and the ever-thriving Boston metal scene, Boston, Rhode Island metal scene as well. So, Sarah, welcome to the Metal Queens podcast.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here. Hey, everybody.
All right, so you joined this band at such a pivotal moment for the band. What was going through your mind when you first got the call to audition?
Well, first thing, honestly, was no, because I didn't think I could fill the shoes of Heidi. And being in Rhode Island, we don't really travel a lot. So Boston's way too far, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm in school right now. I'm too busy. So I said no. And then Sungwoo, the guitarist, reached out to me again. And I said, let me sleep on this because I should maybe take a risk. Like, why not? Right? Like, let me just sleep on it, not answer right away. And I slept on it and I said, you know what? If I suck, I suck. At least I tried. So I went up, I tried out. I tried out a second time. I came back, learned a couple more songs, and then they asked me then. And it felt like a proposal.
At what point, you said you tried out, did it click for you? Like, yeah, this is my band. This is where I belong.
Mm. Honestly, a lot of it was other people telling me because I
Mm.
secretly, very sneakily, voice memoed my singing with them for the first time. And when I played it to everyone after, they're like, "This is the band you deserve to be in. Like, you belong here." And then I was like, "Okay,
Mm.
maybe, maybe." And then it is like 100% where I belong. Yeah.
So, what is your background in music? Was music in your family?
Um, yeah, in a weird way. So my aunt, Cindy, she does opera. She's an incredible
Mm.
singer. But my mom is the real reason. So she started a promotion company for the metal scene of Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Mass back in the day. I was like, I don't know, 14, 15, and I was running the door at shows. So that's kind of how I got into it. And in high school, I was finally in my first band in like 2009. And it's been history ever since.
What is the metal scene like in Rhode Island, Connecticut, Boston?
So I can't speak too much to Connecticut and Boston. Rhode Island, since I've been born and raised and lived here forever and probably always will, I feel like there's been a lot of venue changes like you see in other places. It's always sad to see a venue go, especially in the metal community, because it's already kind of a smaller community, but an incredible one. So to see venues go is difficult, but in this community, as I'm sure you know, like there is a bond and it
Mm.
is a force to be reckoned with, and we will find a venue and we'll make it work. So whether it's a basement show, which are the best, by the way, or a place like Fett Music Hall in Providence, really great place, Alchemy, Dusk, when Dusk was there, like there's always going to be somewhere. There's always going to be a home for you if you are a metal artist in Rhode Island, no matter what.
Now, you have an incredible badass scream
Thanks.
and growl. How did you develop that?
Um, so it's interesting. When I was in bands back in the day, I was just singing because I don't know how to scream. And I remember there was a point where I was like, I have to, to get the emotion out that I know needs to come out, I have to figure it out. And I would do like a little growl. I was always too timid and shy to actually like commit and go for it. But I think where I really learned like the low growls was from Aversed and like listening to the album in permanent front to back every day in the car to work, from work to learn the songs. And I kind of just like went for it. And Heidi was actually the biggest inspiration for me
Mm.
because I have been a fan of her. I love her style and I love what she does. And I'm like, okay, I've seen so many women do this. I feel like I can do it. And I tell everyone, you can do it.
Mhm.
Like, you can do it. Anyone can do this. You just gotta like get there and practice and be safe about it, obviously. But after listening to her, that really inspired me.
All right, let's talk about the latest album, Erasure of Color. It came out in March of this year. This album has been described, I mentioned this in the introduction, as a rebirth for Aversed. From your perspective, what makes Erasure of Color different from Impermanent, besides you singing lead?
Hmm. Besides me, I mean, when I first joined and they sent me these songs as like a skeleton, I was listening to them and I immediately picked up on a difference in brutality. Like I felt like this album had a little more, I don't know, it had a little more like flow and movement, and you kind of got captured in little pockets of time and then spun out somewhere else, and that was crazy. And then you've got, like a little acoustic bit. Like there's so many different avenues that it goes into that I felt like Impermanent was a little bit heavier. And at the time, I wanted heavier, but being involved in these songs and a part of the fluidity, I really, really enjoy having that flow. I think it just kind of comes together and it's a lot. I think it's busy. So you have to really like listen
Hmm.
and listen a couple times, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah.
the lyrical themes on this record dive into grief, personal, relational, even environmental too. Which songs hit you the hardest on an emotional level and why?
Hmm. Definitely Cross to Bear, which is one of the singles.
Mm.
Probably one of the more popular songs because there's a video and, it's been advertised a lot. But when I sing that song and the title track, Erasure of Color, live, because we've been doing those two live, especially on our most previous tour, I feel those the most, and that's what I look for. I look for what can I not wait to play?
Mm.
And those are the two. Like the other ones are great, but those two, there's a feeling there. And I think you can kind of take a lot of different messages from them. But for me personally, it's just like life and people and everything in general, and looking back into yourself and being like, okay, despite everything, I'm still here and I can do this.
Yeah.
And everyone else can do this too, So that's kind of, I don't know, that's what I get from it. And I love it a lot.
The cover art on the album by Adam Burke is just striking. How do you personally interpret its imagery?
Mm. Funny, I have it as my desktop background. Let me take a look. So yeah, I'm in love with this. I
No,
love
this is
the,
it right here, right? I mean,
yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
let me just stand up here. That's it right there. I mean, that's
There,
just so cool.
she blows. Yeah, I love this. So one thing I love about the artist himself is he paints his pieces on wood, and I think that's really cool as an
Yeah,
artist.
that is. Yeah.
And I actually own it. It's downstairs. But what I get from this imagery is a sign of hope. So you see the top like skeleton figure, and they're all kind of like reaching out for hope. And everything in the picture is deteriorating, but there's signs of life. You have a little bit of grass growing, you've got some moss, some vines, and it all ties into just the color theme. So it to me, it's everything sucks and everything is a mess, but there's hope, which we need.
What was the vocal writing process like for you? Did you collaborate closely with Jeff Saltzman on the lyrical delivery, or did you make it your own after the lyrics were written?
Yeah, so Jeff took a large hand in the lyric writing for this album, which was fantastic because I've never experienced that before. And I think being new coming in,
Mm.
he had written a lot of things and had a lot of great ideas already. And him and Sungwoo being the main kind of songwriters um, initially when they'd write together a lot. So I didn't want to like step on anyone's toes with the concepts. So what we did is he wrote the lyrics and we would meet on Zoom, like, once or twice a week for several months and just kind of go through everything together and make sure that things fit where we wanted them to and blended our ideas together. And that's kind of how each song came to be, which I thought was kind of interesting and
I always
exciting.
find it interesting when someone joins an existing band. Did you feel the band gave you freedom to shape your own identity in the music on this album?
Absolutely. I mean, they kind of just trusted me blindly, which was cool. I haven't done anything like this. I've been in a lot of different bands, but it's always been not it hasn't been as established as this. So this
Mm.
for me was a tier. So I felt like I had a lot to prove, but they never once made me feel uncomfortable or made me feel like I didn't already have it. So I think without that, I would have been an anxious mess. And they really they knew how to lift me up and make me feel comfortable. So I appreciate them for that.
Let's talk chemistry now. How has it with the rest of the band evolved since you first joined?
I mean, we're all homies. Like
Mhm.
we're all really good friends. And again, like being in different bands in the past, like
Yeah.
it's hard because to find chemistry with one person or I don't know, a cat is hard, let alone four other people that are like, hey, want to be in our band? And they've been established for a while. And, so me coming in, you never know how it's going to be. But I don't know how I got so lucky, but I have four new best friends, and I can't imagine my life without them.
We talked about the metal scene in Rhode Island, where you are. Versus part of a thriving Boston scene too. What excites you most about the local community right now?
Hmm. What excites me most about it? I think I see a lot of people lifting each other up. There's overwhelming support because I think everyone who is an artist understands the struggle. And from the community that I've been in for a while, we've all kind of been in it for a while. And so we all understand. And then I don't know, even with people who are a little bit newer, there's just a respect. And I think it's just for the art. So I don't know. I think it's stronger than it's ever been. And it's really nice to see that across all boards on New England, anywhere we go. It's just, this is home. I feel like, yeah.
Sarah, I was reading, I think you guys are writing, you have a lot of songs written for the next album already too, right?
Yep. Lots.
So lots of new music coming, still to come from Aversed. What do you hope fans take away from this album out now, both musically and emotionally?
Mm. Musically, I hope that again, it's busy. So I think like giving it a couple of listens. I think for myself, even having been involved in this album for so long, for me, it hit when I was actually recording the vocals. That's when everything I was like, oh, I get this now. Like it took a minute. So I understand if it takes people a minute. But just like anything, if I hear a song that I really love, I need to listen to it a million times to really like capture it. So that's me personally, but I hope that people give it the chance and listen and find whatever it is that they need from it because I think that that's all in there, at least for me and other people I've heard from.
All right, we're going to wrap up with the lightning round of fun questions for Sarah
I'm
Hartman from Averst. Are you ready?
ready.
First album you ever bought. What was it?
Oh my God, Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again.
You know, yeah, I get a lot of Britney Spears on here. I do. A
It was a,
lot of
it
Britney.
was a cassette.
First concert you went to, who was it and where was it?
I don't remember where, but I was 9 years old. I was with my mom, and we went to see the Monsters of Rock. So Rat, Warrant, Cinderella, all of the 80s hair metal. It was sick. I remember it.
Dream collaboration. Who would it be with?
Oh, oh my God. I would love to do something with Fallujah. The singer Kyle, I feel like we would do very well. Also Chelsea from and I might butcher the name, but Dawn of Aberos.
Hmm,
Fantastic band. And also um Vintersea. Love them.
nice. What would you be doing if you were not doing music full time?
Well, I am a therapist in my real life. So that's I'm in my office right now. But if I weren't doing any of that, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd like open a pizza restaurant or something.
On Federal Hill in Providence.
Yes, a cat cafe pizzeria.
Oh, you're a cat person too.
Yes, I have two of them.
Yeah, I'm a crazy cat dad. I have, well, almost four now. So I have one outdoor
Oh,
one. So yes, definitely into the cats. And do you have a special vocal ritual before you hit the stage? Warm up?
I know I need to warm up. One thing I do is when the band, whoever's playing, if we are headlining or if we're not like opening, if there's a band on before us, I like to stand in the crowd and watch them and warm up as they're playing. So
Mm.
whatever they're doing, I just and I just do that because it's loud as hell. No one can hear me, so I don't sound crazy. And I kind of get it out there and watch to get to get the juices flowing. So I get all excited about it.
And just follow up to that with getting the juices flowing. Do you have a go-to song to get you going to before you hit the stage that you listen to?
I do, and it's like out of this world. Hold on. It's by Artifacts Patriot. I can't even like pronounce it. Hold on. Artifacts Perio. They have a song called No Stranger to Worry, and it's like his voice is like it's all over the place. But
Mm.
if I warm up to that and I do decently, I know I'm gonna be fine.
So you do that first, and then you're out warming up to the opening band.
Yeah, one of those. I just sing that over and over again.
She is Sarah Hartman. The band is Aversed. The new album is Erasure of Color. That's out now. How about touring plans for the rest of this year and early next year?
Yeah, sure. So we in November are going to be at Sonia in, I believe that's Cambridge. Again, I'm a Rhode Island girl.
Hmm.
We'll be opening for Omnium Gatherum and Ether Realm, which will be great. The day before that, I believe we'll be at FET in Providence, Rhode Island. So all Rhode Island homies come through. And then I believe in December, early December, we'll be doing a few days in Quebec City and Montreal. And then we have some very interesting stuff for the beginning of next year that hasn't been solidified completely yet, but we're getting there.
All right, some cool things coming too, where you can check them out on the road. Make sure you check out their music wherever you stream your music. Follow them on social media to get updates on tour dates and more new music coming from Aversed as well. And yeah, catch a live show if you can too. Sarah, thank you so much for joining me here on the Metal Queens podcast.
Of course. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And like it, share it, subscribe to it, write a review, and thanks for watching. This is the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards.